Washines, Washington. She completed her undergraduate degree at Central Washington University. She also worked in admissions at Central Washington University for over 7 years, from 2003 to 2010. She entered Evergreen's in 2008 to attend Evergreen's Master's in Public Administration program in Tribal Governance. Her 8-month-old daughter has spent her whole life in graduate school. After graduation, Emily will publish her research in Evergreen's Enduring Legacies Native Cases Project, which aims to develop teaching resources on key issues in Indian country. Please join me in welcoming Emily Washines.
Yakama, Winishash Twaipam, Ishispi Halap, Wiawi Ud, Swapima, Ikok, Ishitimini Tichimiwanini, Kushek Dekao Pua, Imamma. I just introduced myself in the Yakama language in the way that I was taught, and by recognizing myself, the land, and the people. Some of my earliest teachings, I remember when sitting at the Sadish Shaker Church on the Yakama Reservation, listening to my Allah, it's my father's mother, talk about the Treaty of 1855 and some of the decisions that occurred and some of the things that were said. And one of those messages that was continuously reiterated was that you must protect the resources for those not yet born. And that is one of the reasons why our tribe decided to sign the treaty, is because they were seeking that goal. Now, when I think and go and do different things, like attend Evergreen and in classes, I embody that message, and I think of that message when I'm doing my papers. And thinking of learning experiences and how I move myself, the Socrates, how do I move myself? I recall and think of the greatest learning experience that I had began with the realization that I have no idea what I'm doing. That includes natural childbirth. And a few weeks ago, when I had water up to past my knees and I was in the middle of a wetland looking for potatoes. Now you might be thinking, why are you looking for potatoes in a wetland? One thing that I was doing was looking for a wild plant called the wapato, which translates to be a potato. It's a water potato that grows in wetlands. And I was doing this as a research project, our final research project in our paper. And it was about the return of the wapato that hasn't been on our land for 70 years. And this was a result of the tribe purchasing 400 acres of land that was a wheat field. It was all brown. And then they decided, we need some more water in here. We wanted to turn it back into the way it was, pre-contact. So what they decided to do was to emulate nature. And they did this by consulting different archaeologists, cultural specialists, biologists, and they decided that they would reinstate in structures that emulated beaver dams that once ran through the Toppenish Creek. And by doing that, they brought the water table up. And today, you'll go out there and it's completely green, lush lands. And when the wapato returned, it returned without seeding, and to the surprise of everyone. And so as I was switching around thinking, okay, I'm going to try to get this, I don't know what I'm doing out here, sure enough, they floated to the top. And then we also, decided to peel them and cook them and prepare them and eat them. So when I'm thinking about these things and these experiences about how to move yourself, and I'm thinking also about Josh and the scraps that he has, and as you're pulling together your own scraps, I hope that you will also embody that message that has been passed down since the Treaty of 1855, and to protect the resources for those not yet born. And since I opened in the Yakama language, And I would like to close in the Skokomish language, which is just a few miles north of here. My great-grandmother, the late Stella Frank, came from there by saying, Haishka, thank you.